Good evening, Randomizer fans, and welcome to Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. My name is Dwarf, and joining with me in the booth tonight is Danny. How's it going, Danny?
Good. It's a nice day. The weather here has been incredibly nice. Like it's been real warm. Can't
hmm
complain. And now we got this really great race to watch.
Yeah, what's not nice? This forced party. We got two black belts, a red mage, and a nun. Let's go over some blurses real quick. Our black belts get 20 bonus MDef, the mythical legendary plus 15 hit percent. Maybe we might see some meme strats of 12 hits. The Malice minus 10 agility, which is a little awkward, but we can deal with it. Red mages, on the other hand, we got plus 40 strength, plus 40 health at the cost of 15 agility. So no matter what, no one gets agility today.
Doesn't seem too bad. They seem to have wanted something a bit of a trash fire, and I'm not quite sure this is gonna be it, but it might be. You don't know.
Mhm.
That or we're just gonna get really good levels and just punch our way through everything.
I think it's all gonna come down to 1 through 4 magic because Red Mage has a real hard time getting a hold of anything else. So, especially level 1 and 2 magic, that's gonna be the real indication on whether this is gonna be a fun time or a not fun time. And we are off. Drum roll, please, as we check level 1 white magic. And we got exit. Not great for fights, but we'll take it. And we got Ice 3 and Fire 2. Alright, so we're off to the races.
So the struggle bus they are not on. At least not yet.
Now, between Ice 3 and Fire 2, that's a very decent toolkit for the lion's share of enemies in the game.
Especially this early on.
So, Luffy, first to the Temple of Fiends. Gonna skip the bottom left box. Over here, we got $8 and a heal potion. Let's check this other box.
He just likes doing it a little differently than most.
7 whole cents out of the bottom left box. Oh, man. Luffy first to the Garland fight, but not by much. Whole lot of ineffective punches. We got Ice 3 for 198. Ice 3 for 125 doesn't do it, so Garland has between 125 and 198 health.
We get a crystal from the king, a chime from Sarah. That crystal right now is really nice to see because most of the time you're headed to Provoca after we leave Canaria, and you're going to want to stop there anyway because we have 2 loose in this flag set and there might just be one there. So now you know, you got 2 reasons to go. And you don't have to go to Matoya again.
Chain minus 3 armor hurts my soul. That's not good armor. That
It's
chain
not.
minus 3 is basically an iron shield.
Hmm.
Lots of items to select out of the Canaria item shop. Unfortunately, we don't really have the money to do anything with them.
Not only does that feel a little bad when you have like all those things you kind of need in, Canaria, but you don't have the money for, but going into Provoca, like you really hope that you have like money for that level 2 magic. And we find a little bit of money that's going to help solve that problem in Matoya, but not too much.
No, I think we're also probably going to vendor the Lock 2 helmet if we're absolutely desperate for cash. But we find the canal, so that's half the puzzle to go anywhere else.
We don't need it to like walk around the overworld if we don't get canoe here, because we have extended open progression on. But if we want a boat anywhere, that canal's pretty nice. Unless you went and continued to make this seed way too easy. We did when we rolled it, and then it's just like canoe, then floater, and we're in the air in like 10 minutes.
Crab Cake's first to the pirates. Was probably hoping to get rid of that Brad belt up in the top slot. Didn't quite get there. I missed level 2 black magic, but we got heal 3.
Heal
Dang's losing
3.
his mind, so we found
Yep.
a Quake.
We get Quake and the Rod, and it's a 2-for-1 deal. The one place you're gonna use it the most.
Pretty pricey houses today. Alright, what else was in Black Magic? Oh, it's just Quake.
Yep.
Alright.
Game we can't grind Lich.
I mean, you can grind Lich too. He's
That
always
is
there.
true.
It's not like he does anything.
I mean, by the time we get that far there, who's hoping we have the levels in one meet?
So not a whole lot of variance coming up 4.5 minutes in. We followed the trail to Provoca. We didn't really get good news. We got a rod, which would be neat, but we can't do anything with it yet. So our next stop is Dwarf Cave. I see that Crab Cakes is already utilizing hard power cycles. I think they
They're
both are.
literally like identical.
Hooray!
Gives Luffy just the tiniest of a lead. But
well,
I mean, I still say Cece's ahead because she talked to Hooray.
Well, she's definitely ahead because she talked to the Hooray Dwarf, thus unlocking his power. So this is gonna come in later in the seed. Mark my words.
She officially has all the dwarf luck. Luffy missed out. He's gonna need to fix that with adamant and TNT turn-ins.
So here we both are in Marsh because it's about the only option we have. $2 out of the middle chest over there. Crab Cakes moving the other black belt into the second slot. Wants to try to keep this red mage alive at all costs. We kind of really want that level 1 exit for whatever we find down here. Question in chat: does going over rivers help with the encounter table like making the little dips? In fact, it does. When you enter or exit a river, it does not advance the encounter table. So that is why you will sometimes see runners kind of like zigzag dipping through rivers as they go to like on-rack or something, or like go to ordeals or something. All those steps that they, in, out, in, out, in, out, none of them advance the encounter table.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it only does it if you take like one step in and then take another step out, correct?
If you just go one in and then one out, both of those single steps do not advance the table.
Okay. But I thought, I'm not good at it. I thought that's how it worked. I try, it's usually, like I take a step in and I slip and take 3. It's fine.
And we got a boat. So I guess we're leaving the inner sea whether we want to or not.
Wait, remember that time we got a rod and Quake?
I hear Earth Cave is lovely this time of year.
So we do still have a Crescent Lake check. We could do that first.
Ooh, Luffy decides to press his luck and go for an extra box. Finds scorpions with stop. Having a lot of trouble trying to get away from this encounter.
Oh no. And there goes our exit caster.
And back into Marsh he goes. We're gonna chalk that kill. First blood up to the Hooray Dwarf. That right there.
I didn't catch all of level 3, but we've got Fire 3, Temper, and Fast at 4. 2 of those you really, really want. Not necessarily on the same level, but it's nice to have.
Looks like we're pitching at least the Opal helmet. We're gonna finally pick up chain -3 for the red mage. It's real bad, but it's basically free.
We really haven't seen anything else.
And into the ocean we go. And back to Canaria.
Just briefly. Short boat trip.
Probably here for piers and softs.
Yep. I was gonna say that intense because we didn't have any camping gear in Elfland. Luffy, we're gonna need you to exit now, sir. No, he wants that box bad.
We got greed because 27 grand. If there is a vendor item in Elfland, I would very much want that cash.
Yeah. Also, like, magic. Elfland. We want it. Now he's got a whole big bunch of money.
Alright, Crab Cake stepping up to the lottery wheel of grind tiles. Whips on the first 2 spins. We're going to spin a 3rd time. See if we can hit the prize. Find a Quad X sword.
Nuke Bane and Quad X. This could say Nuke Bane and Quad X at 3, which we missed. So magic's looking up. Oh, both life spells level 3, both in the 2 slots that the Red Mage and Red Wizard cannot learn. That hurts. I mean, chances are, once time we get Tinny Fiends or Topher, we're like gonna have at least 1 black belt, maybe 2 that are just gonna punch our way through everything. It still smarts just a little though, when you not only can't learn it, but they're both on the same level in the 2 spots you can't learn. Sometimes this game is weak.
Dang pointing out in chat that the Quad X item magic is going to be amazing to get a black belt grind going. It's probably going to be real good against Eyes or Agamas. I don't know if we'll get mileage out of it versus dinosaurs if we end up resorting to that.
Yeah, depending on how those roll. I've seen them roll as low as like 200 some HP in this tournament, and I've seen them roll like 800 HP in this tournament. Who knows what we're going to get today?
Meanwhile, there's an ordinance on the Crescent Lake Peninsula. No running. And there's Stop Scorpions there to enforce it. Heck of a slog trying to get over there. Meanwhile, on the ocean, Sayhags have landed Rub and something else that I missed. It was some kind of AoE, I think.
Didn't see that, but I saw the Rub. I'm having flashbacks to the last practice seat I had, and they had those, and it was real bad. I apologize, Luffy, that I put this on you.
I mean, I look at it this way. Things that land on Sayhags didn't land elsewhere, so as long as we can just get to our destination, we're fine. Level 6 Cure 4 is an option if we find the tail. And we got early bonk. We need it, just not now.
Luffy, with all his early money, able to invest just a little bit in the housing market.
With a heavy investment in houses, and the knowledge that we're all in the same problem grind trap together, I wonder if we are not gonna see YOLO Desert.
Possibly. With these flags, we do have Northern Docks on. But it feels a little bad this early because we don't have a lot of key items, so it feels like regardless of what the grind is, with low levels getting up to where we could with the black belt, and it just being slow because of the experience grid, maybe?
Level 5 Warp opens up the possibility of a not the worst thing in the world ice cave dive. Once we get a canoe.
Yeah. Which, here in Earth Cave, either has to be canoe, or something that leads to canoe. Or, well, no, it could be Oxiel, it could be Cube. Could be doing those things looking for. I'm gonna shut up before I say something awful that comes to pass, and I have 2 runners very mad at me later.
I mean, if it happens to Luffy, we can just blame it on the Hooray Dwarf, right?
Yes. Because then it's his own fault. I mean, you saw what happened to Marsh immediately after he snubbed the Hooray Dwarf.
believe Luffy is passing on that quad. Nope, we're going to go back and get it. Crab cakes onto the 3rd floor. Overall, not much time separating these two runners.
And a small bit of route divergence in which order they did a few things here a minute ago. But yeah. Well, that's annoying. Unrunnable gargoyles. You just want to be like, go away. And they're like, nah, nah. I was very confused for a minute because I thought he got out with that.
He did, but he forgot he did.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're headed back down, and it's fine. Luffy's sticking with only 2 party members for this Earth Cave dive, whereas Crabcake's having all 3. Potentially, the front 2 are just meatballs for the ever-important Red Mage, and whatever one ends up surviving is going to be the one we start grinding. Hey, look, it's a vampire. We're gonna do punch, punch, punch. First punch 32, second punch 20. Incoming, detonates the Chad belt. We'll try nuke. Fire lightly warms the Brad belt. Nuke gets in there, no more vampire.
Luffy got a couple levels off that Argo fight, found a gold bracelet, exited out saved, and I believe he's burning off an encounter so he doesn't get those gargoyles again.
Luffy having problems with some of the encounters in here. Doing everything he can to protect the black belt. All we have to do is hit level 9 and they'll be at equivalent armor with that chain -3. Crabcake's first to 4th floor. We got a soft, we got 50 cents. We almost had a bat. There's a cube.
I said nothing 5 minutes ago. No one can prove it.
Yep. Crabcake's swapping out the chain -3 for the cloth +2. It's basically the same absorb. And Luffy gonna take some levels on the Sphinx tile, but they've got stun, but they don't like Quad Axe. Sky chants already starting in chat, as they should, because like it or not, that's where we're going next.
I may have forgot for a second that CC has a palette swap on. I saw those uses and I was like, wait, the mouse slimes aren't supposed to be here, and oh.
Yeah, we have encounter zone shuffle today. Didn't you get the memo?
I didn't.
Oh.
But it's also been a long day, so even if there was such a thing, I could have gotten in. Completely forgot it by now.
Hey, look, it's Lich time. We're gonna do some Saber strats and a nuke. Incoming punch. 32 damage. Saber goes off, nuke goes out. For 310 damage. We're just gonna do some melee strats at this point. 2 hits for 85. Punch. 4 hits for 21 damage. Itty bitty baby punch. Blizzard takes half the party's health. Big ol' slap out of Lich 1. Down goes the Brad belt. Big ol' slap to the Red Mage. 2 hits for 40. Lich is still there. Ink does ink things. 1 more hit. 2 hits for 20. Now we gotta try a little bit harder. 1 more stab. Single hit for 25. Poison damage takes out Crabcakes.
It would seem the difficulty they wanted in their first party. They're getting in Earth Cave.
Dang opening up his I told you so bakery in chat.
We have a very distraught tracker right now. It's moments like this that I kind of wish when I highlighted these VODs for YouTube that I put a link for the Twitch highlight also, so like people could just see some of the things in chat. Like our tracker Dingwoo yelling at our runners for not having cake to take out Lich.
Luffy seems almost equally spinning his wheels in this Earth Cave. On the second floor, lost the Red Mage already. Gonna just take a quick old Quad X grind, see how high we can get this black belt, but this would mean that we'd have to retreat, or we press forward, because we don't know the meaning of fear. But we do know the meaning of time sinks, and 5 Ooz's chain casting Fog 2 is too much for us, so he's gonna reset, dive back in.
Just a heads up, this keeps being this awful. When this race is over, we're taking partial blame for this because you sent me the link with the updated flags and then I rolled it. So this was a joint disaster we created.
I hand people tools. How they use them is not my fault.
But you handed it to me anyway. So I'm still. Yep. This is our fault. This was a Fizz and Wheels creation. And it's just bad. Sorry, guys.
I mean, all that really means is that, yes, it's going to be terrible, but luckily they'll have, like, I don't know, 17 different fast and temper items hidden somewhere.
I mean, we've already got a Saber Bonk and a Lock Helmet. Like, we're well on our way to that. All things that make speed and power possible.
So Luffy and Crab Cakes on the same floor, but with different amounts of party. The real issue, I think, is that Crab Cakes has the information that Lich came with a real honest-to-goodness ability today in the form of damage poison. So I kind of want to conserve nukes for that. Luffy has yet to quite figure that out, but Luffy does have Quake, so we could maybe bank on that.
Starting to see Luffy also with that Flame 3. I'm not sure if that's what Crab Cakes' Red Mage was slinging on Lich earlier, but it doesn't matter because Luffy's Red Mage is no longer with us. Alright, Earth Dive number next. Let's go, because at this point I've completely lost how many dives we're on. Just kind of know it's a lot.
Oop. And I do believe we have chat.
Our tracker Dangwo. Oh.
Oh.
Bless you, sir.
Question in chat, what is this Earth Cave? Well, it's this Earth Cave.
It is something indeed.
And I believe while I was not looking, Crab Cakes retreated from Earth, or did she make it through?
I
find out if we park there again. Nope, we're headed elsewhere.
But are we headed elsewhere because... Oh, wait. She bend you so fast.
Oh, she exited with the cube.
Yeah. Okay. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I knew she got it. I didn't see her take out Lich, so thank you, chat.
The heck with this nonsense. We're gonna go somewhere much more friendly. Sky. Or more specifically, the desert around
Sure.
Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
We're gonna
this...
go get levels and then make Lich wish he let us do the first time.
We're gonna need a whole lot of levels. Because this black belt's gonna have to be self-sufficient. Are we going straight in? Nope, we're gonna check for some encounters real quick. What's this zone look like? What's going on over here? Sinanculo. How about that second fight? What's going on? What we got going on?
Okay, so this encounter table's not good for a desert grind. It's taken a hot minute to find our fights.
2 ankylos. Well, we got our sandworm. Kind of a powerful sandworm, but it's quad-exable, so it's fine. Speaking of things that are not fine, Luffy trying to quad-X the vampire. Unfortunately, that doesn't quite work.
You know, I think this may be the first time I've ever seen somebody just grab a thing and go, you know what sounds better than Earth at a very low level? Sky. We're just gonna go hang out in the desert. Maybe go see a Tia.
Ooh, the T-Rexes have learned rub.
Apparently they're friends with the Sags.
Gonna have to come up with a non-dinosaur based plan.
Oh, where's a thief when you need it? Because that katana plus, what was it, 3 or 4? Eventually would have been pretty handy.
It will look very lovely in the vendor store.
I still hear vendor item when I get one. However, if my thief's alive, and I haven't found a darn thing for my fighter to swing, I would absolutely will put that katana on him and have him swing at things.
So, we made it. We're gonna make it into Sky. Do we have the horsepower to make it to the incentive item and then bail? Because that's the only possible plan that we've got going on here.
So far.
Unrunnable Slimes is awkward, but we have nuke. We only have 4 nukes.
Thankfully, one gets him down. We just have to continue getting him more with good turnover, because they hit a little hard.
Ooh, and we almost make it. Hey, look, it's an eye. Quad-Xable? Sure is.
Now, if only we could find more of them.
And there's our canoe. And we're gone. We're gonna go somewhere else. Maybe somewhere we can level a black belt. Question chat, does Grabcakes do the door glitch on purpose? I believe so. I have great respect for it. It's an excellent party trick. You know, leave somewhere with more doors than you arrive. That's how the saying goes, right?
If it doesn't, it does now.
And so the T-Rexes learn to rub, but the Tyros are just toxic. So desert is pretty much completely off the table unless we want to try and fish sandworms out of it. So we're now on the on-rack continent. We're gonna look for vendor items. 2 or 3 chance that we'll find them here. 1 in 2 chance that we'll find them here. Hey, we got the herb. I expect we're probably gonna make a waterfall dive while we're at it. Meanwhile, Luffy got himself the fancy magical box. Are we gonna press on to Lich?
We
Looks
sure
like
are.
it.
Oh no, but we're mistakes made. Of course it's gonna get all but one. Thanks, game. It's fine though, we got a sword. We can take that one out easy. Easy peasy. My crab cakes is in a waterfall going to go talk to a robot.
E. First we
We
gotta
like
deal with
robots here,
birds.
we approve.
I don't like birds though. Birds are jerks.
True.
So we got $8, a pure potion, $14, a heal potion, a fancy ruby, another $1, and $31.
Bad saying the seed wants to go back to Earth. I think I'd be telling the seed, big fat, I got other places I can go first. We ain't coming back to you yet. Well, Luffy, our brave boy, is saying, I'm not leaving here without a lich kill.
Yeah, it's quick time. First we're gonna bonk incoming blizzard. Doesn't do much to the black belt. Here's first serving of cake. Lich doesn't want it. Gonna try and serve him with another slice. Here we go. Fell into cake. He done terminated. Luffy first on the board with an orb at 31.25, but paid a mighty high price to do it.
Yeah, he's been in that Earth area a good little while. But bright side, well, I started to say he doesn't have to come back. Hopefully, but if he gets that ruby, I might be wrong. At least he's not coming back to Earth Cave. Might be the Earth area, but we're not going back to Earth for any reason.
I looked away and I missed sleep touch Medusas. I see an eye. It's the wrong one, but I see it. Detonates the Chad belt. Cast Fire 2. Red Mage survives. We out.
Yeah, with the palette swap, I got excited for a second, then I looked down to see what it was, and then I got very unexcited.
Cool. And we got the tail, which I don't think... Was there... I feel like there was a reason we wanted tail. I feel like there was something we found earlier.
I know Cure 4 was level 6.
That's what it was. Okay.
So, possibly for that. I haven't seen anything else other than that we'd want it for.
Here we go with our herb turn-in.
Gonna be...
More
Adamant.
patch! Alright, we're gonna take our lemon brick to the bakery, see what we get. As Luffy once again arrives at the desert continent, boldly marches forward. There we save. There we go. Gonna get the bad news that dinosaurs are not on the menu today. Unless we found pro rings for cheap somewhere. Hooray! Alright, what's our bakery item? It's a bottle. When life gives you lemons, make bottles. Now here's a question. We found ourselves a pro ring. Do we dare use that pro ring and attempt a solo black belt grind on the Tyros? Because we know the T-Rexes had like 1 billion health. There's no way we're surviving that fight. But maybe the Tyro's low enough that we could get away with a cheeky quad X? Is an idea.
I don't know, but as you asked the question, Cece finds her own pro ring in Titans. Everyone's got at least one for the black belts. Oh boy.
Old man gives us the TNT. Time to go back to dwarves.
Dear future Luffy, you are going to be making multiple trips to Dwarf Cave. Talk to the Hooray Dwarf. You've paid for your sins enough.
Hooray!
I legit hear that in my voice every time or in my head, anytime me or anyone else, oh my gosh, talks to the Hooray Dwarf. It's so much better when you actually do it. Just saying.
So Crab Cake's doing every fetch in the game on foot, as you like to do. Oh, I missed what Astos had, but we'll see.
I think it was the floater. Am I right?
Floater.
And fetch quest pays off. Woohoo!
Heck yeah. That was Ruby. Who had Ruby?
Waterfall robot.
Okay.
So you have to go to Waterfall, use your Ruby, go to Sardo, go to Dwarf Cave, go to Astos.
So the moral of the story is this very early unprepared sky is required.
And you got to get through a really nasty earth to get there.
And Luffy is still mobile on this floor, has not exited yet. Might be going through the rest of his nuke charges before doing so, but oh boy, is it dangerous. This is a spicy game we're playing.
I mean, if you can get those levels and not die...
Luffy, I can't help but notice the way your feet are moving and you're out of gas.
What's our plan here? Because I am confused. And a bottle of Zaru staff.
Heck yeah. Probably gonna need that. Probably, maybe.
Luffy, where you going?
Luffy, I can't help but notice the way you're tempting fate. Luffy, you're out of nukes and your feet are moving. Luffy, please.
That was a punch on that black belt.
So
also,
Crab Cake's into Ice Cave.
And Luffy going to check on Sky 3 what we call the CC Gambit. The room. He's being very brave and going to check in Cece's room in a race against Cece. I can't be mad at him for that. Although now I can be, because now you're just being crazy.
Yeah. The only thing of note so far is a zap stick. Yep.
And gear we can't use. Luffy. Up. There you go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Confuse axe out of the chest behind the tile in ice. We found a blue D tile. I think the other tile was giants. I believe we are still investigating. So we get a key out of Ice Cave that will be necessary, but I think, nope, we have given up on tiles. The heck with this, we're headed elsewhere.
Yeah, it's not much use looking at tiles when the one person we want levels on is a doormat. We'll re-inflate our party member at the party member store.
Yeah. We only want the Chad belt, though. The Brad belt is damaged goods. We're just going to leave him on the side.
That balloon had a leak. We're not patching it. Probably at least till Topher. You know. Need should and all. Even if then. But now we
Doing some.
also on CC side have 2 pro rings.
We also have an Opal -2 bracelet. That is helpful.
Mhm. Got kinda decent gear. We found a gold bracelet, I think believe it was -1. So not great, but yeah, that with the pro rings and we've got a pro cape, like we've got some decent armor on our 2 party members.
Eh, Luffy
Luffy,
having some minor internet issues. He will be back shortly. Crabcake's checking TOF for grind tile. Doesn't really find anything.
even the little guy who's telling us that Luffy's internet's down knows how he feels about this seed.
Hmm.
I mean, look at that face.
I
Says it
feel you,
all.
buddy. Hmm. Hooray!
Hmm.
All right. Hopefully, we're gonna find a loose in one of these key lock boxes. We're probably gonna need it because we've already found incentive bonk, incentive ruse stick, incentive
Mhm.
tail, incentive
And
canal.
the
Yeah,
and Ruby, which, we needed,
yeah.
but still yeah, so loose are gonna be required. And we're a good 40 minutes in, and we have found none of them so far.
Ooh, lit 2 hammer. That'll be nice. You find 1 to 3 mud galls. That. And the Whiz Mummy encounter. This will be fine to bleed off a nuke charge, except for the fact that they have crack. That we don't want to deal with that.
No. No, we don't.
Chad insisting that the loose is gonna be in Volcano, but this is false. Absolutely, abjectly false.
I've learned if I think it's in Volcano, it's in sea, and if I think it's in sea, it's in Volcano.
Hmm.
And I have the practices to prove it. So we have loose Oxyel in Swamp. We got 2 more Cardias to check.
So unfortunately, Luffy is having a bit of technical difficulties with his internet at the moment. He should be back in a minute or two, with luck.
Yeah, I know sometimes he has issues with his internet, which I feel I've had. Oh, hello, Ribbon. It's not in it loose, but we're happy to see it.
Mhm.
And nothing feels worse like mid race when your internet crashes because then you take nervous race energy with like, oh no, my internet's not working energy, and it's just bad times. Don't feel good.
Mhm.
All right, so we're still looking for one loose. And we're headed to Volcano. The second loose is here. No one tell Fizzle.
It's not. I'll just close my eyes and hum real
Sir,
loud.
you wouldn't believe it anyway. And I think we just found our grind. Yep. That red mage is gonna no longer use, something we need hanging around. It needs to take a nap for a little while so our black belt can get all big and strong.
I miss the days where the lava tiles would take out a party member for you. All right, this is grind time. I'm gonna get some red D facts going. For example, that red D is not really red. I mean, it's kind of a little red, but like not really.
And we mentioned that our tracker is also our restreamer, and
Yeah,
he's
shout
having fun.
shout outs to Dangwoo on Restream. Luffy will be back.
After these messages.
Yeah.
Okay, so to say that the grind over here is going well, I feel is an apt statement.
hmm
We can quad X them, we can punch them. They're real squishy today.
hmm I guess the real question here is what level are we going to? Now, ordinarily the answer is 32, but that's when you have a party behind you. Ordinarily, the second answer after that is 42, but we've got this here plus 15 hit percent. Are we going to 49 or 50?
I mean, at that point, you're not just getting through Topher, you're destroying it.
Mhm. The mythical 12 hit black belt. It's just so fun.
I don't think I've ever done it in a black belt run, and possibly part of that is because I almost never take black belts. However, I've seen it a time or two, and it's real fun to watch. I mean, it's not quite as fun as watching a madman who once just took a bunch of black belts to high levels and punched everything into oblivion, but
We got some interesting answers in chat. We've got 31 to try and thread the needle on getting our 8 hits early while still having some decent power. We've got 38 to take full advantage of the plus hit to just get the 10 hits and to just take whatever power we got. We got 42.0, where under Price is Right rules, if we go over that number, we have to re-roll. I still like the 49, but I like the memes.
and as quick as this is going, to be honest, like if you get to 42, going to like 49, this isn't really going to take you too long, I don't think.
12 hits lets you punch Lich 2 and terminate carry 2. Oh man, if trample damage was a thing. So somebody give the Chad belt trampling. I'm sorry, I'm letting other games bleed in.
I would not be half surprised if like somebody went and mentioned that in our dev channel on our Discord. If like by tomorrow morning that was just a flag for funsies on the beta site. Because if anybody's watching, you ever wondered how we came up with some of the flags we have on FinalFantasyRandomizer.com? That's where some of those crazy ideas spawn. Someone just blurts out a crazy idea, and then a dev shows up 6 hours later. It's on the beta site. Chad Burton chat asking, is he going to have to slightly tweak his name? Say, if you're running a black belt, I say yes.
Oh, the black belt grind is done, and I missed what level we stopped at.
I believe it was 32, and she went and got healed and brought the red mage up, so
Interesting.
we got stuffs to do. We're not worried about levels anymore.
Chat says 34, 35. Chat also says 33. Chat says numbers.
One of them's probably right.
Yeah. Chat well acquainted with their Learn to Count numbers book and showing it off for us today. And there's our second loose. At least I believe that's our second loose.
It was Oxiel in Swamp was our first, so we have both loose.
Okay, black belt is at 35. We moved the Quad X sword down to the red mage because honestly, it's going to do a lot more good there than it will on the Chad belt.
Yeah, I can't imagine a world where when you have a 35 black belt, you use a Quad X instead of a punch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, about the only time I could see it happening is if we happen to run into like an evade cap something, and even then, like, it's gonna be close. It looks like Crab Cakes is 100% BUN done with boxes. We're just headed straight down to carry. Time for Paunch Nuke. Nuke goes out first. 134, a little bit of defrosting action as we paunch. 8 hits, 598, down goes carry. Boy, that was easy. We got ourselves a slab translation. And we're gonna return to the scene of the Earth crime.
If I were Lich, I would be worried. Because I was real rude to Crab Cakes earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And she's come back with a big old black belt. Yeah, I just let her through. No fighting back this time. It's not going to do you any good. All the difference levels makes all the things that were being does in here now no longer want anything to do with us. It's like a high school reunion.
Oh my god, that dude shredded. Run!
I'm sorry I picked on you in the 10th grade. Questioning chat questioning, wondering if Luffy is still in Earth Cave. Well, before his internet died, we know he left. But I'm fairly certain there's a small part of him that will forever be in Earth Cave.
Right. Luffy's last progress that we know of is that he left Sky with Canoe. That's the last we saw of him. This outage is longer than I am accustomed to. We'll try to see if we can get him back before the end of the race.
I know he typically records and stuff because he has issues with his internet. But yeah, this is a bit unfortunate. Normally it's like a quick flicker out, not like off and on, just like a light switch, and it's fine. So feels bad because I'm sure this is stressing him out.
Also, while I looked over to see if he came back or not, Chad Belt's Winnebago jumped the speed bump. We are off to probably C at this point.
There's so much stuff here in C to check. It honestly feels good when you've already found both loose and then you don't have to check anything in here because it's so time consuming. And like you said earlier, I would be genuinely surprised other than maybe like the like quick boxes here. Yeah, let's say even those little things you'll check because you know we've got gear, we've got a ribbon, we've got a black belt that's just gonna punch everything in the face. Like there's nothing in a box that CC needs. Except for maybe a heal.
One whole heal pot. As we spam heal 3. There isn't a whole heck of a lot that will slow this party down, but either of the Krakens stand a shot of doing it.
Other than like not having life because the seed was real rude and put it at slots 2 and 4 at level 3. I think the only thing that like, and even then it doesn't feel that bad because if you need temper, that black belt's got a bonk that feels a little bad right now. Is at like 4 we have temper and fast on the same level and only 1 caster. Not that it mattered, because either CC said, you know, I don't need temper, I'm going to have black belts, I just need fast. Or didn't have the money for it, but either way, we've got fast, we're not worried about temper. Oh.
Oh.
It was a little bad, but also funny. In case our restreamers aren't aware, we love and appreciate the work you do.
My heart goes out to Luffy on this one. Technical difficulty is a menace that can tackle us at any time. So, crab cake's on the way to the toga party. Gonna turn in translated slabs, see what we get. This is the loot. We need one of those.
Sure do. You know, we got all kinds of stuff. Everything's just lit up all shiny and pretty on the tracker over there. Except for one little orb, and we're about to go light that now.
Question in chat. How come Crab Cakes isn't step optimal as part of the algorithm to make us think she's human and not a task bot? As we pull into Mirage, make the long climb up, go pay Tiamat a visit. So we made it to Sky. The unrunnable slimes are a bit of a bother. It'll be interesting to see just how many resources get sapped between here and Tia.
Ah, nice try. We got pro rings now.
We've hit the 10 hit mark as we cross level 38. Whole lot of unrunnables on the 4th floor is always just kind of whoa.
Especially when they're nothing more than a hassle, because you definitely don't need the fights for levels.
Made it to the Bridge of Destiny, running from everything we possibly can. Oh hey, it's required Warmech time. Let's do some quick heals. Paunch goes out first, 5 hits, 180 damage. This Warmech is reinforced and it's nuclear powered, taking the Red Mage down to 1 knee. Big ol' melee hit, shaves off half of the health of that black belt. 13 hits, 1078 damage, down goes Warmech, and we cross level 40. That is high enough to take off all that armor. Time to put the Red Mage in front. It's not the most important person in this party. 4 hits for 156. Red Mage still there. 10 hits for 994. Tia's still there. Tia can't quite handle the Red Mage, but 20 hits for 898 damage. Down goes Tia 1. Das 4th orb. We're headed for Topher.
Yep, and chat asking, was Cure 4 found? It was. It was level 6, so we need class change for it. We have the tail. I don't think we're class changing, though. I mean, she very well could prove me wrong, but it doesn't look like it.
No, we're Topher bound. 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 20-something seconds with a Garbo party, and we're in Topher. This a fast run.
Very fast.
No validation check for us as we head
Chat
downstairs.
Saying chat's calling for it. Oh
Mhm.
no. We have an angry chat now.
We don't have to validate anything. The Chad belt is our validation. 10 hits, 1800 damage against Jim the Mara. Unrunnable Frosties is more an annoyance than anything else, unless they have something terrible. Although, if we get enough unrunnables in here, we're going to have our 12-hit meme strats.
Chat asking, hello, Lark33. First time in chat, where do I find info on this randomizer and how to do these runs? I'm going to drop the links in chat and they will take you to the website. It'll give you information on how to join our Discord. All the info on the randomizer you need is there at the website, and if you have any questions, need any help, feel free to join our Discord. Now is a great time. Hey, look, there was a Lich, and now the Lich is gone. We have a new player program called the Duckling Program, and we are getting ready to start our boot camp and do our new player tournament in July. So now is honestly the best time to join and learn how to play.
So Chad Burt's Winnebago managed to jump both Speed Bump 1 and Speed Bump 2. We got ourselves a carry fight. 18 hits, 1863 damage. We're through carry. Comment in chat, Outcast1, can we see a hardcore meme race someday where they have to do all the memes like Quaking Lich, etc.? We have that. It's called Bingo. We do it every January.
Yeah. And because I'm just gonna drop all the links. Give me a second.
Here's our Kraken fight. We moved the Red Mage Meat Shield out in front. Fast goes off first. 14 hits, 1,194 damage. Kraken's still there. Cheeky Quad X, erased, terminated. Let's go.
Hey, that there is our YouTube channel. We have all of our VODs there from all of our tournaments. And as Fizzle said, we do a bingo tournament every winter. And all the VODs from that are there. And you'll get to see all kinds of fun things where you can't finish the game unless you you quake a Lich, or you bane a Tia, or you brack a Krakens.
So Chad Belt is up to level 44. Not much time remaining to try and get another 5 levels on this floor. As we pull into the Tia 2 fight, Paunch goes out first. 8 hits, 373. Incoming Ice 2, not going to do much. Fast goes off. Second round, we open with Nuke for 197. Big Paunch, 15 hits, 147 damage. That is no more Tia 2. We are on the Chaos, but 3 airs blocking the stairs. And we're on to the good floor. We're going to equip the ribbon. Just in case. Time for our Chaos fight. The Meat Shield is out in front. Ink goes off first. Ain't gonna do much. Fast goes off. Saber goes off. Time for full offense. 12 hits for 1010 damage. Chaos still there. Lightning 2 ain't gonna do much. Incoming melee almost takes out the Red Mage. 13 hits for 1030 damage. Chaos still there. Nuclear finishes off the Red Mage. Final big punch. 15 hits, 1607 damage. Down goes Chaos. Crab Cakes finishing in first place with official race time, GG time, of 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 50 seconds. GG.
GG indeed. Look, there's our winner in chat. Hello, Cece. First comment, shut up, Quakes Lich. We have a tracker that agrees with you.
So, pretty excellent run from Crab Cakes, showing what you do when you have oops, one too many black belts. You keep one of them as a shield. Well, you technically keep both of them as a shield, and whichever one lasts the longest is the one that you do the grind with. And then once you can secure a decent grind spot, you just go for it. And honestly, showcasing the one good time that you want to double dip dungeons when it's just too much of a bother to get all the way to the other side of it. Very, very good run.
Agreed. Not to mention, like, that time for how just kind of awful the beginning of the seed was. Kudos.
So for the record, we have made contact with Luffy. Luffy is still going. Luffy mentioning that they're going to try and relaunch the stream so that we can take a gander at where he's at. This is like unwrapping a Christmas present. I got no idea what's going to be inside.
Honestly, it's a little exciting. It's like, surprise, this is where he is. Dang, get ready to click a bunch of buttons.
Oh, I see the purple thingy. Da 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 da.
Ooh.
Alright, Luffy's gonna finish this out. We're on Kraken floor, so we at least found our optional Oxyale. We got our optional Oxyale. We have 3 whole party members. We've got the Luffy black belt in front, massive levels. And we got a secondary black belt off to the side, just happy to be here.
Oh yeah, that black belt's already 43.
Yep, that was 40-something.
43, and we're about to light our 4th orb.
Oh, there we go. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. We're good to go. Here comes a Kraken fight. A couple more spells that I think we're used to seeing. Fast goes off. 20 hits, 1,659 damage. That black belt has got some punch to it.
There was a Kraken there.
4th
But
orb,
not
let's
for
go.
Someone just lit a Christmas tree over there. Time to blow up a Topher. Cat turning hit 90s tunes into songs about crack, and I'm not getting that out of my head anytime soon. Appreciate that, earworm.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think this is just going to be cathartic for Luffy at this point. It's just going to be whole day and make very large numbers. And deal with the stupid unrunnable Frosties.
I almost never run black belts, and it's usually when it's forced upon me. So I'm not good at it.
Ooh,
Which
that
means
black belt has a Mazza.
Oh, we'll have to find out where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that there is something very satisfying about having something that can hit so hard. You just push the button, and then the thing you hit disappears.
Mm-hmm.
Feels pretty really good.
So rounding the corner to Lich 2. Ooh, I believe that red mage is 30. That is a very tall red mage. I wonder what the grind ended up being. I suspect that it was a 2-man desert grind.
This is going to be a very informative post-race interview. We're going to learn so much.
Here we go. It's time for carry 2. Fast swing and paunch, but the paunch gets there first. 10 hits, 865. Well, that was a speedy fight. Let's move on to the water floor. And chat, very correctly, pointing out that Twitch acting up, yet more from the Hooray Dwarf. Yet another part of the Hooray Dwarf's curse.
I bet he never forgets to talk to her way again. If this has not been a lesson learned experience, I'm not sure what is.
Mm-hmm. Alright, are we going to do a party jiggle for Kraken? We're going to chug some heal pots real quick. And there's the party jiggle. Our black belt decoy in the top slot. We're going to do some fast and go, but the paunch gets there first. 9 hits. 6. But Kraken's still there. Kraken says stop. Nobody stops. Mazza swing does nothing. Fast goes off after the nick of time. Here's the second round. Time for big paunch. 15 hits, 1398. Down goes Kraken 2.
Oh, you hate running into that party, and you hate it even much when it's unrunnable. That is just rude.
It's not bad when they start spamming Fire 1.
I mean, I'll take that over a hit, because they hit hard.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched that exact encounter into a lot of runs on this floor.
Oh, good gravy. Even the baby belt's at 21. What on earth did we grind on? It's time for a Tia 2 fight. Melee strike to the fake belt. It's still there. 9 hits, 545. Doesn't do much. Mazza swing. 5 hits, 184. Chipping away. Fast goes off. Bad turn order. We're going to try a cheeky quad X, a little bit of temper, but the Planche gets there first. 16 hits, 1508 damage, no more tier 2. Question chat, are these the same encounters that Crabcakes got? They are. There was definitely a hard reset going into this Topher, as evidenced by the oops airs right before the stairs.
Hey, that rhymed.
Blair's. And we got our victory lap.
Just go ahead and give him a preemptive GG for the victory lap alone.
Do a little bit of party jiggle. Here we go. Lock stick, bonk stick, fast cast. Lock goes off, it's easy to hit. Fast goes off. Lightning 2 does basically nothing across the board. Saber goes off. Are we done with buffing? Nope. We want numbers. We've come here for numbers. We're gonna have those numbers, by God.
Oh,
Slow
this is
2, ineffective.
everything about this is I just want to punch it once and it blow up.
Biggest Punch, 19 hits, 25-53. Down goes Chaos. Luffy finishes in second place with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 28 seconds. GG.
Luffy, where are you? Get in the boat!
And we're joined in the booth by our second place finisher, Luffy. How's it going?
Oh, it's going. How are you?
Pretty good. So we have some questions.
Yeah. Maybe I can hopefully answer them.
If you can't, no one can.
I think I'm just going to take some of these in the order that they come to my mind in. Question number 1. What was the thought process on 2-manning Earth Cave?
I didn't want to go back and res the other black belt. I just figured, let me just try to get any levels I can, and it didn't work very well. Those wizards really hurt before the vampire, that ambush. That was when I knew, like, this is just really bad. So then I go back, let me see if I can just get a few quick levels on these sphinxes, like whatever, it's not great, but maybe I can get like another nuke charge or two. And then they had nuke, and they were like, no, you're not going to do this. We're going to turn you away. And I said, okay, I'll just keep banging my head against the wall. We're going to make this work. And we did. It just was very not good.
For what it's worth, both of you had a real ferocious time getting through that Earth Cave. Crabcakes ended up made it to Lich once, but died in the encounter, and then on one of the next redives, made it to Cube, exited, and didn't look back until the Chad belt was firmly online.
Yeah.
Question next. Where did you end up doing your grind?
Red Dragons.
Interesting, because your red mage was pretty tall by the end of that.
Yeah, I don't know when my stream dropped. I'm really sorry that happened. That's going to be a very poor watch back for me trying to like compare things. I mean, whatever.
So I'll help you out. We saw you exit Sky with the cube, and you were in the water headed somewhere, and that's where it dropped out.
Oh, with the canoe? When
Yeah.
I got the canoe out of Sky? Okay. I went to Ice Cave. That was a bust. And then I was in the area. I'm like, let me just go ahead and do Volcano while I'm here. And the Red Dragons were on Armory floor. They had like, I don't know, 180 or less HP. They went down to the Quad X stick. But by the time I had got through Sky, I think the Red Mage was like high teens, low 20s. And then I got more levels because I was just 2-manning the whole time. And then by the time the Red Mage went down after clearing out the Armory and finding the slab, he was like, I don't know, low 20s at that point, and I just couldn't get rid of him for a little bit.
So you were the only runner to find Mazza. Where was that hiding?
That was in Ordeals, which was also a dud.
Okay, yeah, CC went through there, and I don't think checked any boxes.
Not a
Yeah.
single box, but the incentive, yeah.
There was a
Mhm.
ribbon in the top left 3-pack, and then the Masa was in the bottom 4-pack.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It did all right, but what can you do?
Also, I'm curious, as Fizzle called him, the baby belt. Even he
Mhm.
was like 21, so when did he get revived?
He got revived heading into, oh geez, what was I doing? I think heading up Sky. Yes, I went back to Sky to
Okay.
go and do a war mech. And I'm like, well, you can just throw the Massa on this guy and maybe he'll swing for a couple hundred damage here and there and then they'll be fine. And I got up to the maze floor by the time he died and caught like, I don't know, 10 or 11 levels on the way up because everything was given like 2,000-3,000 XP at that point. He went down and he was like level 3 or 4. So by the time I got to War Mech I think led with something stupid and then took 2 punches from the black belt and then went down.
Crabcake's mentioning that while she was in, I believe it was Ordeals, where the Phantom tile was, Phantom detonated
Yes.
Chad Bell.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was on the tile coming out of the hallway, which was like,
Yep.
oh, this is no wrong eye.
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw her passing checks and I realized it was just the red mage. It's like, yeah, I'm not risking wiping in here either. We got to get our stuff and go.
Yeah, I got lucky first turn run against it, which was better than I guess she had. But at the end of the day, that was just really bad. It was terrible. That's how not to play a black belt, I think. But it was still fun. I mean, Crabcake's a great runner. I knew it was going to be a tall order, and then once that Earth Cave happened, I knew it was going to be real bad.
Now, my question, which I think is possibly the most important question,
Mhm.
do you feel like your snub of the Hooray Dwarf at the beginning of your run is what caused all your bad luck?
Yes, actually, I do. So I
If
made
you're
sure the next
Ronan
2
did.
times I went there, it was after Earth Cave, and I was like, I'm gonna make sure I say hi a couple times.
It's probably
Unfortunate-
smart.
Yeah.
Might have been a
Was
little too
smart.
late.
Unfortunately, those were not caught on camera, so we'll have to take your word for it.
Yeah, I don't
Also-
know what happened there. I'm
Also,
sorry.
I think it's very possible that we've learned today that if you snub the Hooray Dwarf the first time you're in there,
Mhm.
she
Yeah.
holds a grudge.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I mean, I've done a few practices, and this was just as bad as all of those. The funny thing was the Oxio 2 was in the exact chest that my practice was the other night, and it just when I picked it up, I just laughed. It was like, it's not going to be in the same box twice. It's 241 boxes. It's not going to be the same box 2 times. Yeah, the Oxio was in the same box twice in a row, 2 completely different seats. But that'll happen. But you play enough of these, you're going to see everything maybe. So that was fun.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna move on to final thoughts. Luffy, final thoughts.
Thank you guys for doing comms and stuff. I wanted to see who was doing it tonight, and I saw it was you guys, and of course I got a little smile. And one of these days I'm going to perform pretty well when you're in the booth, and I will give you something fun to talk about. But it's nice to have you guys around anyway, so thank you for that. Thank you, Dang, for being around too. Dang's a great guy. Thank you, Crab Cakes, for showing me how much more work I have to do, because I'd never raced her, and I wanted to see how I did. And clearly I need work, but that's okay because I had fun doing it. And she's the gold standard for the most part. So I'm just, the most disappointing thing is that my stream dropped and I'm not going to be able to kind of really compare, which is something I really, really wanted to do. So that's disappointing. I'll just have to play her again, and we'll see when that can happen.
It's fine. Just make it to brackets, and then we can do all this over again.
I hope so. I hope 2-in-1's good enough to make it. There's been some guerrilla math going on back and forth in the chat rooms trying to figure it out. I think 2-in-1's probably safe, but I mean, we'll see. CC's obviously 3-0, so GG's to her and good luck in brackets. If Rubes is out there, I'm sorry, buddy. I tried.
Makocom's partner in crime, Danny, final thoughts.
GG to both runners. Luffy for sticking with it when we're seeing a whole lot of bad. CC for making it work. Not that we ever doubted that you could, because you're insanely good at this. And GG on making 3-0 in brackets, Luffy. Good luck getting into brackets. I'm not going to see either one of you there. So GG, good job. Go far. I'll race crew for both of you anytime. Dang, thanks for jumping in to restream and track today and having fun on stream with us. Even if you can't compare it, Luffy, it's a decent watch back. We had fun.
Yeah.
And thanks to my co-coms, my favorite person ever, Fizzle, for doing comms. He's so good that like I don't feel bad for doing comms with him because I'm not. But
Nonsense,
comms
you're
with
good.
you, you're biased.
I love Danny Comms. Danny Comms is fun. We have fun too.
But yeah, comms with you is always a blast. So I'm glad we were able to do this tonight. And thanks everyone who was watching. Chat was great. And RPG Limit Break as always for let us carry on our shenanigans here. And if you haven't joined the Discord yet, you should. We start boot camp soon for new players.
Yeah. So that's going to do it for spring tournament action tonight. But our next race is going to be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. We've got ADR versus Sonirath. That's going to be over on the Final Fantasy Randomizer channel. Go check it out. For everyone at the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, my name is Left Front Bumper, and we will see you next time. Have a good night, everyone.